Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are trying Russian piping tips for the very first time. I got so many requests to do a video like this. I think I got 1,000,000 requests from you guys, and we are going to make that happen. If you aren't familiar with Russian piping tips, they are baking piping tips for like icing. They're quite large and they pipe little designs. And the set that I got came with a ton of these, so I'm just gonna be trying a few of them today. I'm gonna start with the rose tip because that's what my name means. All right, now let's get started. So I've got a large piping bag, which I've folded down, and some buttercream icing, which I've dyed pink. And the buttercream icing that you wanna use whenever you're doing decorative tips is a firm buttercream icing. You don't want it to be too soft, otherwise when you're piping the design, it will just like mush together. If your buttercream is too firm, the shape won't stick together, so you can add a little bit of water to soften it. And same, if your buttercream's too soft, you can add a little bit of powdered sugar to firm it up. But in general, you want a firmer buttercream because this is gonna hold the shape really well. See that? When you scoop in there, boop, and it doesn't go anywhere. Look at that, that's what you want. Perfect. I'm gonna place the rose tip at the bottom, boop, just like that, and I've cut a hole already. I'm gonna scoop in some buttercream. I like to work it down there. Get down there, get down there. Before piping this onto a cupcake, I'm gonna play right in front of me. I have a piece of parchment paper, and I'm just gonna play with different pressures. And I've heard if you pipe too little, it doesn't quite look like a flower. And if you pipe too much, look at that. No, no, no. So we want to go somewhere in the middle. Nice. Another tip that I have, when you're piping, don't touch the tip to the cupcake. That's gonna create a really weird shape, right? It's this weird blob. And look how messy the tip gets. This is terrible. Hover, and then apply some pressure, whoop, and then pull away. Boop, just like that, and you got cute little roses. I cleaned this up, and now it is time to pipe on top of some actual cupcakes, which I've made over here. You may recognize these cute little cupcake liners. These are the ones from the Row Baking line. I picked them today because they're really colorful, and I thought they would go really well with all of the flowers. We've got orange and yellow and red and blue and pink, all the bright colors. I like to ice these right before you pipe detailed designs on them, because if you pipe them and then let them sit out, they aren't as sticky. They actually develop a thin crust over the top, as they're supposed to, but it just isn't as tacky, and we want our designs to stick to the cupcake. I'm gonna start piping in the middle and then add as many as I can around the sides. I'm just gonna make a little bouquet. Remember, you wanna hover. Hover, and then let go. Perfect, oh my gosh! Look at that little rose. Are you kidding? Oh, that was way too long. There's my tulip. We've got a tulip situation. Not a big deal though, because it's all the same icing color, so I'm just gonna wipe it off and try again. And just do a little pressure and release. Oh my gosh, it's so cute, we did it! A little and release. That's a little rose, that's the perfect height. The next detail is totally optional, and this tip actually did not come with the Russian tip set. This is one that I had at home. It's kind of an open tip. It looks like a beak, or like a greater than or less than sign, and this tip makes leaves, so we can add them to the bouquet. So before I add them onto our cupcake, I'm gonna pipe here onto the parchment paper to show you what they look like. Again, you wanna hover just a little bit, and here we go. Look at that little leaf. I'm just gonna pipe a few leaves in between the flowers, wherever there's a space. This came out so good, especially for my first try with these tips. This is so adorable. Look at this little bouquet. I think this tip may be my favorite and a go-to for me. It's springtime, I'm making lots of cute, colorful cupcakes. This makes me want to host a garden party. I've never had one, but I feel like I'm feeling the vibes. Okay, I'm gonna place this over here. Let's try another one. I'm gonna try this tip next. It makes another plump flower with bigger petals around the outside like a rose, but the inside, look at all these little holes. There's a bunch of little details there, so I can't wait. And for this tip, I made some purple buttercream. All right, here we go. Stick this one in the bag and scoop in our buttercream and work it down to the bottom. I'm gonna pipe a few test flowers here on the parchment paper before I pipe onto the cupcake, just to see what this one does. All right, I'm gonna come here, hover, and release. Oh no! I practiced a bunch over here. I'm feeling more confident. I am ready to pipe these onto a cupcake. If I pipe them too short with this tip, it really doesn't even look like a flower. And then if I pipe too long, it looks like Little Shop of Horrors. If this was like red and green icing in here, you could just pipe some little teeth there and you'd be ready to go. Got the cupcake ice now. Let's pipe. And I'm gonna hover and pull. Nice! Look! Oop. And pull. No! No! Why did it come out? I have to push really slow because look, if I go quickly, the petals attach on the outside and the little middle details don't catch at all. So I have to like pipe a little slower than I'm used to. The cupcake is full with all of these purple flowers, and I'm just gonna add a few leaves for fun. And ta-da! Another beautiful bouquet. This tip is a little trickier because of all the little details in the middle, getting those to be just as long as the petals. You have to apply even pressure and hold it for just a little longer than the rose. I think the rose tip is a lot easier to use, but it turned out pretty cute. Okay, the next tip I want to try is all petals. I don't know that this is gonna be a tulip, but if I was gonna pick a tulip tip, it would be this one, and I think it's gonna look like a tulip. I'm gonna be using some yellow buttercream because I love yellow tulips. It reminds me of spring. That on there nice and tight, and we'll scoop some icing in. Oh! Uh-oh, get down there. Ooh, let's see. What do you look like? Oh my goodness! All right, let's try something a little shorter. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can get these two. Even though this tip is shaped simple, piping the petals is a little tricky because you gotta get enough height for them to fall together correctly. So this may be a doozy. Here we go. Let's try. Yes! I'm just like, go and go. Oh, yep. Oh, we'll leave it. These are some floppy petals. This really surprised me because this tip looks the most simple, just the 3 petals, but they didn't really fall together like I thought they would in my head, but that's okay. I've got a little leaf tip and I'm just gonna cover it up with some cute greenery. Just gonna pipe these all the way around. I put a little bit of a bigger leaf on here. I don't think that this tip was my favorite out of all of them so far, but that's why we're trying them out. Oh well, next tip. Ooh, the next tip looks like a star shape. It's really cool, but it's got little details near the middle. I don't know what kind of a flower this is gonna look like, but it just looks so cool. I'm gonna place this tip again into a piping bag, scoop some blue buttercream icing. All right, let's test. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful flower. Another pretty bouquet, and this tip is one that surprised me because it looked more complicated. There was more details, but it was really easy to use because the flower is a little shorter. So you just pipe really short little petals and you get this kind of cute low bouquet. I have so much blue icing left, so for the next colors, I'm going to combine a few, and I think I'm going to use blue. I've got 2 tips left that I want to play with today, and this is the next one. I thought this tip would be perfect to do a two-tone because there's a lot of little details right in the middle, and I thought that would look cool as the second color. And then you've got 5 petal designs around the outside. It looks so cool, and I want to make a two-tone, so I'm going to show you how I like to do that. I'm mixing up a little bit of blue, and in front of me I have a piece of plastic wrap. Oh, and I've got some icing on there. Get off of there! All right, we got a piece of plastic wrap. I'm gonna lay it down right here. Most people would give up, but not me. I'm gonna unwrap this. Got it. Whew, here we go, here we go. Placing it down. Boom! There's a couple different methods for getting different color icings inside of a bag before. I've used different piping bags and squeezed them in there together. Another way to do this, you can use a spatula and spread one of the colors on the outside of the bag and scoop with a spoon the secondary color on the inside. But this is what I like to do because it makes it a little bit easier, especially when I'm baking by myself. Take a scoop of your first color that you want to be on the outside and place it down first. I'm gonna spread it out just a little bit, kind of making a rectangle shape. It's a little bit of extra prep work to do this step, but you can do it by yourself. Then take your secondary color. I'm gonna use yellow for the center of the flowers. I really like to use a lighter color, so either yellow or white for the center of a flower. Then place just down the middle of your rectangle. All right, there we go. Now we just roll together, up and over, roll it together. Little frosting burrito. Then we just cut off an end. Boop. And we're gonna place that into the piping bag. So place in your tip, and then place in your icing burrito. Perfect. All right, and then let's test it out. You might have to pipe just a little bit to get the colors we want. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look, it's like a little lily or something. I think that this is my new favorite tip. It was so easy to use, makes beautiful flowers, and they kind of look like water lilies. I love the two-tone. Amazing. I'm gonna add some bigger leaves around the outside of these flowers so they kind of look more like water lilies. They're like sitting on top of these big, beautiful leaves. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is just so cute. Look at these, so cute. We have one more to test. I'm not sure what to expect because this tip looks like a dessert. It's like swirled, there's not a lot of detail in the middle. I'm gonna try to do a two-tone as well, and we shall just see. For this one, I'm doing purple and yellow, and I've also done a smaller strip of yellow coloring in the center. So let me roll this up and then continue to roll. Cut off an end, place the last tip inside the piping bag, and place in your frosting burrito. Let's test it out. Oop. Oh, whoa, too much, too much. I like to keep piping until I can see the purple is all the way on the outside. Sometimes it just takes a little bit. Get the icing going till you can see all the colors in the position that you intended. Oh, these are beautiful. We gotta get this on a cupcake. And ta-da! Look how pretty it looks. The two-tone colors are so cool. I'm really happy that we did some solid colors and then some two-tone. They really add a lot of dimension to your flower. This was the last tip that we tried today from the Russian tip set. I had so much fun doing this. I'm gonna add it to the rest of our bouquet cupcakes. And look at these. How perfect are these for spring? These are way too cute. I wasn't expecting these to be so adorable. After trying them, my verdict on the Russian tip set is that I love them. They take a little bit of getting used to, like which pressure and when to release for the perfect height, but it saves so much time. It's way easier than making a whole bunch of little fondant flowers or icing individual flowers and then letting them dry. This is really fast. I mean, I made these very quickly. Anyways, a big thank you to you all for suggesting I try the Russian tips. This was so much fun. If you have any other ideas, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. All right, thanks again for watching. Bye, guys. And if you would like to watch any other videos, you can click here or here. And also, if you were interested in the adorable baking cups that I was using, I'll put a link down to these down below.